Okay, so in this video tutorial, we're going to have a look at fixed point binary conversion. So something that you will have looked at up to now is whole numbers or whole integers in binary and how we go about converting those. But one thing we do know in maths is that there are situations where we want to convert numbers that are of a fractional point into binary as well. So if we take a number such as like 5.25 for instance, it would be useless just to represent that as the number 5 because we've got a decimal or a fractional value after it. Well, we know that 5 is going to be represented by 0, 1, 0, 1. But what we then have to do is work out, well, what happens after the placeholder values. Now, something you'll have learned in binary math before now is that when we move from right to left in binary, we go twice the previous value. Well, moving from left to right, we halve the previous value. So after we go from 1, we go to a half, to a quarter, to an eighth, and to a 16th. So it's kind of like the opposite. There's a logic to it. So 5.25 is actually represented by 0, 1 after the decimal place in binary form, like so. So if we want to look at something that's maybe a bit more complicated, like let's say we want to look at something like 12.0625, well, 12 we can represent by 1 and 1, 0, 0, and then after the decimal place, well, a half is too big, so we're going to ignore that. A quarter, 0.25 is too big, so we're going to ignore that. An eighth, which is 0.125, is too big, so we're going to ignore that. A 16th, 1 divided by 16, is actually 0.0625, so we would place a 1 just there. So I'm going to give you 4 to have a go at now, and you can pause the video and then you can have a go at them and compare your answers. So first of all, I'm going to give you 7.75. Then we're going to do 9.125. Then we're going to do 13.5625. And then lastly, you can do 12.375. So pause the video now and have a go at those, and then we'll go through the answers together. Okay, so 7.75 first of all. Well, we know a 7 is going to be made up of a 4, a 2 and a 1 to give us 7. And then after the decimal place, what we're after is a half and a quarter to give us 7.5. And then we've got a 0 in these two values here. 9.125 is going to be an 8 and a 1 just there. And then we're going to have, well, it's not a half, it's not a quarter, which is 0.25. Half of a quarter is an eighth, which is 0.125, so it fits in there nicely, and that goes like so. 13.625 is going to be an 8, a 4, and a 1. And then we're going to have a half, because we have to kind of make this up of a series of values. So we're going to have a half, which is 0.5, which leaves us with 0.0625, so that's not a quarter, not an eighth. There we go, we've got a 16th just there. And then our last one, which is 12.375, so we're going to have an 8 and a 4. And it's going to be too large for a half, but it's going to kind of be between a half and a quarter. So we're going to use a quarter, which is 0.25. Let's change that to a 0, my mistake. Which is going to then leave us with 0.125 left over, which conveniently is an eighth. And there are our answers just there. So I hope you found that quite straightforward. Watch it again, have a practice with them, play around with some different numbers, see how you get on with doing different binary, fixed point binary conversions.